Hello, 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 y'all. Hi. Hmm. So I want to discuss where I stand at this moment when it comes to African spirituality and African traditions. Where do I stand right now? Um, I realize now, and I also understand that Africa, okay, or the melanin community basically, are the foundation of humanity. Everybody knows that, and it's the foundation of society, okay. And I understand that the Europeans, Caucasians, once upon a time came to Africa to learn about spirituality and all those kind of things, science, blah, blah. Because at the end of the day, science comes from spirituality, okay? However, whatever someone teach you, it's up to you to elaborate it, okay? You make more out of it or you don't make much out of it. It depends on your own intelligence, okay, what you made out of the knowledge you get. So now we live in a society where, yeah, there's a lot of things possible. Basically, maybe everything is possible. you know, the Africans, Ghanaians, and the people, those people, they have IFA, okay, the IFA tool, divination tool and stuff. Um, when you get initiated into it, I learned certain information will get revealed to you through the genetic code that comes out, okay? If you want to find out about your tribe or information about your ancestors, you can go to Hoyoyo and all those kind of things, okay? We live in an advanced world today. If I want to know my genetics nowadays, you can buy like genetics kits, okay? And you take your DNA test, and a lot of things will get revealed to you, okay? If I want to know certain things about my blood type, what taboos I basically have, certain things I can eat, certain things I can't eat. I can take like a DNA blood test to see what goes with me, what does not go with me, okay? I also learned from Africans I was very close with, they did the same. And whatever got revealed through that food, DNA, kit, whatever, is basically the same thing that came out during their initiation when the genetic code got revealed and the taboos came out, okay? So that is very interesting. So I truly believe, whatever Africans have, it is a very powerful tool and it's not elaborated. That is what I think. It's basically the foundation. Everything else came out of it. Those DNA, genetic kit, um, food, um, DNA test, and all kind of things. What goes, not goes. I believe all of those things is just advanced intelligence that came out of the foundation, okay? So it's all good. It's all very, very good. Of course, I'm from diaspora. I have African ancestors. There's no doubt about that. I don't have them. I do have African ancestors. So don't get tricked by my white color or fair skin, okay? I have African ancestors from both sides, mom and dad. And it is also a fact that um, some of these ancestors in our lineage were slaves, okay? My great great grandmother was a slave, okay? My great great grandmother or whatever grandfathers, whatever, were slaves in Curacao. That's just the way it is. There's nothing I make up. It is true. I have African ancestors, so I share the knowledge, the traditions. I have them in me. From this particular ancestor, this great great grandmother who comes out of, a slave in Curacao, she kept the traditions. This is very well known into the family that this lady was a card reader, and we call it kakaboo in Curaçao, but it's basically when you're repelling evil spirit with cow dung, okay? And later on, I learned from Africans close to me that they do that. The person himself do it too. So it's quite interesting, okay, that this ancestor into slavery kept the tradition. So it came from her foremother, father, whoever produced her, passed down a tradition, okay? That's just how it is. So there's no doubt about my African roots. So it makes sense that I'm going to investigate my roots. I want to know everything. I want to know where I came from. I want to come to Ghana and stuff. But at the end of the day, you need to start where you were born. And I am born in Curaçao, and that's where the majority of my ancestors that is well known, I know, and everybody knows, they are born in Curaçao, they die there, they are buried there, okay? They live there, they walk the soul of the earth there, they work there. So you know what I mean? Their graves are still there. So Curaçao is my root island. I'm born there, and that's where my ancestors came from. Okay, the one closer in the lineage, where you go back in the lineage, you will come somewhere in Africa, or not only Africa, but also, of course, Spain, Portuguese, and those kind of things. Native Indians, but I don't want to talk about that part because I'm here for African spirituality, okay? So I went to discover, I was very excited about African spirituality and everything. And I got to learn several people, engaging with several people. And I must say, I don't have the best experience with Africans. It always end up in experience negative energy, okay? Some of them who did stuff for me, that's maybe one person, only one person did something that I considered positive. I didn't consider anything, malicious. The person did what he had to do, the ancestral libation. He did a great job, and no string attached, no problems. But all the other ones I engaged with were leechers, were energy vampires. They were leeching, okay? Beautiful, beautiful teachings, very good teachers. Will never speak against that, very, very great teachers, beautiful, beautiful teachings, and very much valuable, and I'm grateful for the experience, okay? But the truth must be told also, that these people are energy vampires, they are leechers. And this is what I got to understand for myself right now. I do also my own card reading and stuff, but I didn't want to rely on myself because I was too ambitious, too enthusiastic about the African spirituality. So I didn't want to fully rely on my own things that I can do for myself, because I was too curious and I wanted, African spirituality traditions. You know what I mean? I wanted that. I didn't want to be stripped for the opportunity to experience, okay? For now, I experienced, and also the people close to me, what they taught me, and it makes sense. I feel now I'm like, I don't feel like African spirituality alone, or the traditions alone, is something I should cling up to. The reason is because it has to do with the background of the traditions and the rituals and stuff, okay? I don't believe that all African traditions are good traditions. They are pure traditions. I believe that there are traditions in Africa that are corrupt traditions, corrupt systems. It corrupts and it violates and it strips. It goes against nature. It goes against humanity. Okay, that is what how I perceive it. Of course, we all are creators, and some people are, very, very skilled in what they do. But this is my point. Some people are not born with with particular spiritual gifts, okay? They are not born with it. It's not given to them naturally. That's my point. They have the gift, of course, for certain things. But when you hear stories about that hunters go into the woods and they notice an energy and they sense that, and they might be a priest or a tokbe or whatever they are, so they can sense it and they can see it and they can manipulate it and they can catch it and conquer the spirit to for their own gains and for their own, what they want to succeed in life. But it just doesn't go that way. Now that energy they conquered needs to be materialized, and it goes through human sacrifice. Okay, so um, and then okay, they conquered the energy. They built a shrine with a human sacrifice and all kind of stuff. Where does it come from? The human sacrifice? Did they kill somebody? Did they murder somebody? Who did they corrupt? Okay, so these things, what these people are doing, it comes with certain sacrifices. Okay, now they conquered, they sacrificed, and they got what they want, and now they work with that spirit. And Ifa is not something only for Ifa priests. Okay, like you don't have to be a Ifa priest, Ifa priest to do divination. Everybody who knows how to do divination, who are grown into that divination tool Ifa, can do divination. They can work with Ifa, but it doesn't mean they are a priest or anything. They just use their consciousness, their spirits, or that spirit they conquered with their human sacrifice and their murders and all their nonsense rituals. They will use it and serve you. And that is, I also feel at some point, this is where things go wrong, that you're going to experience negativity, like something is fighting you or draining you, or it just doesn't feel right in your energy. It just doesn't feel right, because when you're fighting, as something is leeching from you, so it doesn't feel right and you're going to fight back. It is not a good thing. I don't care what nobody says, like there is no match, blah blah. I don't believe it. It's that people doesn't have pure hands. Something is wrong, okay? And there is not much background information about the traditions, and unless you're initiated into it. But it doesn't even, being initiated in something doesn't mean a goddamn thing, because people get initiated in nonsense spirits. They go pick up something somewhere in a call somewhere, and it requires human sacrifices. So, and these same people are going to serve me or serve you with their spirits. Do you get it? And that is why I feel at this moment like, no. Also, about how to exchange money and the way how to go to get the money. It's energetic exchange, and some people I engage with, their exchange is not something. We don't do it over here. I won't do it like that, okay? It's going to give problems. Not all good money is good. Not all money is good money, and not all exchange are good exchange. Certain people, their ways, the way they get to do things, and you engage with them is not good for you. Even though you pay the money, it still gives you problems. Do you get what I'm saying? So for now, I still am interested, of course, in African tradition, cultures, and the language and stuff. And I feel also when it comes to the African language, that's a safe thing to go about. I don't believe the African language, like Ewe, is a corrupt language. I don't believe it. So the language alone is spirituality. The language alone is consciousness. Okay. I don't think there's something to worry about. Okay. So to connect the spirit, if you're interested in African spirituality, go learn the language. It makes a lot of sense. But when it comes to spiritual practices, you need to be very, very careful to not touch stuff and not knowing, because they will not tell you, I killed somebody, I murdered somebody, I'm initiating this and this and this, and you require this and this and this and this and this sacrifice. They will not tell you. But you need to be careful to not fall prey for those leechers, okay? So that is why at this point of time, I'm right now like, you know what, I'm backing off a bit, not entirely, but a bit, because from African traditions and stuff, because certain things, it's just not something I would want to touch. Of course, I'm curious what's happening and how does that goes, you know? You want to know everything, and that is okay. But it's good to know certain things, to not get involved with it, to not just go take definition from just anybody, okay? You don't know what these people are dealing with, okay? This is what I can tell in a short thing. I'm talking about African tradition spirituality right now where I stand. Because I know people would like to say, like, yeah, you in Europe and all those countries they have. Yes, it's true. Every country, every culture has their business. And in Africa also, you have several tribes, so many cultures. And the thing is also, whatever works for this culture of tribe, it works because it serves their purpose and the things they're interested in, and the way they go about things and get things done, okay? When you go to the other tribe, they don't do things like that. They do it differently. They don't work with such spirits. They don't work with such divination tools. They don't do that. They have their other business to go about, okay? Also, not to forget something, also, this something, a well known, kind of popular um, spiritual guru from Ghana put online is that these people from the northern region in Ghana, very powerful people. It's been said because they are exposed to the blazing sun, and it increased their, well, everything, their spiritual powers, their gifts, their third eye, and all those kind of thing. And other people from other regions who are not fully exposed like that under that conditions, they have less power. They want to conquer power, and they're going to kill their brother or sister from the northern region to collect powers, okay? So to have the same abilities, and you're dealing with such people, and these people will do divination for you. So you know what I mean? You need to be careful. There's jealousy everywhere. When you have something, other people want to have it. They are not born with it. They will never have it, so they want to conquer it. That's it, okay? But it's still corruption, it's violation. So you can only imagine that spirit who got conquered or whatever is not happy at all. So it wouldn't surprise me that spirit is going to cause problems in anybody's life who's getting divination and rituals done on their behalf, and they're corrupting that spirit, that entity. So so that is why there are so many traditions and practices, and every tribe has their own way of doing things. And I'm here in the Netherlands, and yeah, I have my own way. We all, as an individual, have our own way of getting things done. Okay, not all Africans agree with traditions. That is why they fled the scene. They go elsewhere because they realize this ain't it either. This is nonsense. They don't want to be involved with such thing. That is why they go to other cultures and countries to, do other things with their life. They don't want to be tied down by such traditions because it causes problems. Okay, not all traditions are good traditions. Not everything, being put out there like, oh, African traditions is a good thing. It's not true. And I know this for a fact because I engaged with Africans, and they literally suffered, and they told me their ancestors, their grandmother went to pick up stuff, and at the end of the day, they are suffering, because they don't want that picked up energy. They don't want to have it. And it destroys their marriage, it destroys their personal life, and all kind of burdens comes with it. So that is why I have to say, like, I'm more careful right now. I don't condemn, like, everything about African spirituality or traditions, but I just want to be sure where I put my what I touch right now, and I just don't want just anybody to do anything for me. I don't know you. I don't know where you get your spirits from, how things are established, and how it's going to affect me. Okay, that is it. And something else. A couple of years ago, I've been following a lady from South America, and she was advertising to come and do initiation into matriarchy in Ecuador, I guess, because she has a strong mater- matriarchy system, okay? And recently, I did womb healing in Amsterdam. The lady's name is Samora, and her practice called I'm Your Sis. And I felt it was safe to go there. She's Surinamese. She's black Surinamese. I've been following this lady for a couple of years, and I felt it was safe to go there because the reviews, of course, and also these things, the corruption, what I've been got myself into in Africa with Africans. If you do that shit here in the Netherlands, you're going to lose your company. Period. It's not done. You cannot come here. You don't have knowledge about nothing, or people come and pay you money to get the work done, and you're putting people in problems. You're going to be in trouble, because especially in the black, community, the Surinamese community, those communities where these people are highly spiritual people. So these things, if you're going, and also the Caucasians and other people, other cultures, they go to such women to get work done. So they know something is off, or it's good. So if your energy is off all the time, people are going to speak. So if you want to do your nasty ass shit, and it's like corruption, you're going to end up lose everything. You will not get the shine. Okay, so I knew it was safe to go there. I went there like a month ago, and experience is very positive. I was gone for a while, and I thought it took 5 minutes or something. She was, on my with her hands on my womb basically, and I was gone for a while. And she did 45 minutes massage, but in my imagination it was so short. Okay, I was irritated when I had to wake up, and she made a sound, the bell, ding, when you wake up, and I was annoyed because I was like, you tucked me in so fine. Why don't you come and tuck me out? I didn't want to wake up, but I had to. I had to. So it was very nice. I didn't experience, something extraordinary at the moment. When I came home, I noticed my stomach are swollen. The womb is very swollen, like I'm pregnant. But something happened. The lady removed something. And it's important to know for all women out there, your womb is your consciousness. Okay? Your womb is your consciousness. You carry consciousness from your motherline. You carry the consciousness of your mom, your grandmother, your fore grandmother. Okay? Because we as a woman, we have ovaries, and there are girls. Our daughters are in there, and the girls, our daughters. It's kind of funny. It's so weird, but our grandchildren are into those ovaries, so we basically carry our own granddaughters in our ovaries. Okay, so if something traumatic happened, or a thought, a tradition, whatever thing your foremothers were convinced of, it will pass through to the ovaries, into the womb, into the consciousness. And when you were born as a girl, you take that consciousness with you. If the consciousness, or the convincement is like, you need to serve men, okay? And this thing is something that the women, the most high, divine feminine, is conditioned to serve men, to obey men, and getting suppressed by men. So that is something besides your own motherline. That is something, it needs healing. Okay, it needs to get out of the consciousness for your frequency to go up, for your energy to rise up. And of course, our foremothers, some of them were sexually, raped by our forefathers. So basically your grandmother and her father, okay? And certain things are not even discussed, you don't speak about those things. Pass it through. In the ovaries, you pass it through in the motherline. And this is how certain things, certain traditions, certain things keep on going on and on and on and on. And it's not a good thing, it's a bad thing. It's a very bad habit. And the thing is also, the womb is a consciousness, and also when you sleep with men, you have sex with men, it's been said like you carry the energy of that male for 7 years. So if you keep sleeping around with several men in a short amount of time, what energy are you carrying in? And what are you attracting? Because I learned that predators, male predators, can smell their prey from miles away. Your okra stinks. It is full. And they see, hey, there's room. They're like parasites. There's room for them. They will come to you. And you're getting exploited again, and you let them enter your portal again. Okay, so it becomes like exploitation, and you're sleeping around, and everybody's entering into your consciousness. So if you don't do nothing about that, if you don't clean up your womb, you don't heal your consciousness, you're going to pass that trash to the next generation, your children, your daughters, and also your grandchildren, okay? I gave birth to girls. They are big now, 23 and 20. So back then I didn't know nothing about womb healing or heal the motherline. These things are recently I find out. Maybe last year or something like that, or 2 years ago, I found out about heal the motherline. I didn't know about these things. Womb healing, those things are new to me. I didn't know those things even exist, okay? So unfortunately, my children are already born into a certain consciousness. However, I felt I wanted to do something for myself, and I did a womb healing, and I noticed that my energy increased, and I wasn't able to, because something is also when you sleep around with men, or somebody leeching your energy, or you're convinced about something like you need to serve men or something, it steals your power away. So it lowers your vibration, it lowers your energy. The energy you should putting into yourself, you're putting in other people, okay? Things will not, you're not able to get it in life. I wasn't well for years, tired, sleeping, needed help to do things, to get groceries done. I had a relationship 9 years, so that man was basically my slave. He can do anything for me. Go get my raw milk, go get my groceries, go cook for me, I was always, down. There was a point of time I started feeling sick, and they could not find anything, no HIV, nothing. And my immune system was so low, I just got sick, and I didn't know what's going on. Why does this sickness keep lingering? Why don't I get better? And I learned to understand, when you engage with foul people and you sleep with them, it will break down your aura, your akra, and that's your protection, okay? Your aura is a shield, it's your protective shield. It breaks down. So, and when it breaks down, organs are also intertwined with it. So even your organs and stuff starts to break down. Okay, the energy that are, the chi energy that goes to your, let me say, kidney, liver, whatever organ, and that aura system is break down. So the energy doesn't flow properly to your organs, and so this is how you get sick, and your energy is down. Okay, so it takes a lot of years. It's easy to break down yourself, but to fix yourself, it's going to take a whole lot of time, okay? Years. I noticed after that I did womb healing that my energy increased. I'm waking up so early and I sit straight. I even, back then I worked full time, and then I couldn't work because energy was gone. Got a burnout, blah blah, a whole lot of things. Anyway, but I got a new job 2 days a week. It was also, enough, not more, because it will drain me. Everything drains me. Going to places drains me. Talking to people drains me. Everything is draining to me. Okay, and it gives me mood swings and I snap. That is why I didn't go to any places, because everywhere I go to be around people and absorbing people and seeing them, it was raining. I couldn't. But after that, the womb healing was done. I have way more energy, and I even have the energy to work even more and make more money and to accomplish more for myself. And it wasn't like that, so I really increase, and I still feel I'm giving myself at this moment like a 7.5. I might say 8 for what it was, but I know I can go even more because there are more blockage we don't even know nothing about. Okay, I enjoy what the lady did for me. I sure will go back for another energy work, okay? To increase my energy even more. Because I like what you did and I see instant result. I see I changed. My energy changed, and I also feel I didn't fall sick. I'm I'm always sick, 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 everything, every time sick. But I noticed, hey, I'm kind of stable right now. And when I work a lot and I put a lot of energy and stuff, I fall sick again. I notice my intestine starts to act up. So I feel like she really enhanced my energy. And even when I feel like physically off, I still have the energy to do things. And it wasn't like that. Usually I was floored. I couldn't do nothing anymore. Okay. So I want to say something important, because I saw the stuff on social media that you could get initiated into matriarchy in Ecuador and stuff. I didn't understand what it was. Now I understand very well that matriarchy is me, is you, is every woman. Every woman is a matriarch, okay? Because every woman carries her children, her girls, her granddaughters in her womb. So you are the mother, and I I'm going to tell you straight up, I feel it's like a big scam to even go get initiated into a matriarch system that's not my lineage, okay? It doesn't matter what my mom has done, or whether my daughters love me or they don't love me, they don't want me in their life. That's all fine. It doesn't even matter. The fact is I am their mother, and the fact is I have my own mother and I have my own grandmothers. And that is why we do investigation in our lineage, okay? To know who is who. I came from that lineage. I don't see why I should get myself initiated into a foreign lineage with foreign. These are not my ancestors. That's my point. We don't share anything. Okay, yeah, we are a woman, but personally, I'm not feeling it to, because I'm a woman. I'm going to initiate myself into womanhood to become powerful with other women. Me personally, I'm not interested in engaging with other women. They can go engage their own nonsense. I'm not interested, okay? But my point is, whatever decision anybody makes, you want to join a sisterhood and you want to get initiated into, something with other women, it's your problem. That's not my point. My point is, you are a mother. You are a grandmother. So at the end of the day, your power should go to your children and not to empower um, unknown foreign ancestors. That's not even your mother or grandmother. That's my point. I just feel at some point when it comes to those things, getting initiated in those type of things, you are giving your power to build up other people's lineage or other people's tribe, okay? And I feel you should be careful that you don't strip away your power that you could put into yourself, into your children, into your own lineage to build them and protect them, okay? And you should also be careful that whatever you decide to, you want to engage or get initiated into a matriarchy system from somebody else, I don't agree with all of that. You know why? Because I know the struggles my mother and grandmother came through, and I know that I have to pay money to fix the motherline. So why would I go to a foreign ancestor? I don't even know what the fuck is going on in that lineage, what problems and burdens they carrying, and what family secrets in the motherline. I'm going to engage with those people in their consciousness. No, hell to the fuck no, I don't want that. And I don't care what they say, they're so powerful, they're powerful. I kind of feel sincerely that if people are doing those things online, it's a big scam. That is my opinion. I don't see why anybody would want somebody to be initiated into their family system, into their matriarchy system. How does that benefit you? You might get something from them, but I feel most of all you will benefit them. And if you misbehave and it goes against them, these people will turn against you and they will bite you in the ass. You know what I mean? So I think you should be very, very careful and very, very mindful before you get initiated or decide I'm going to initiate myself into a matriarchy system that is not my mother, not my grandmother. You should think 4 times ahead before you even do that, okay? Learn to know what matriarchy is, and that you are a woman and you are the matriarch, okay? You are the mother, you are the grandmother. If you understand the concept, I think some of us will really be very mindful before you engage with foreign ancestors, okay? I'm not going to support. I also feel it's like a huge disrespect to my mother, my great grandmothers, to go to a lineage that is not mine. They didn't that matriarch system they promote. It's a very strong matriarch system, blah blah. That woman that breed that lady online, that woman that her ancestors didn't open up their big ass pussy to poop me into the world. They didn't do nothing for me. They didn't do nothing for me. They will not kill their own fucking children, but they might take you out of this life because you are not one of them. That's my point. I don't want it. Because at the end of the day, you know, whether we like our ancestors or not, whether we hate them or not, you came out of that lineage. If something is wrong in that lineage, it is wrong, okay? That is why you are here. When you are born because you are fortunate to make things work, to make things better. So it's up to you to make things work, to make things better, to be devoted to fix what went wrong, okay? And that is why also voodoos are so personally, um, certain voodoos are man-made. There is no other option for some people, because some people, if you go into their lineage, the mother lineage, the father lineage, the things that these ancestors has done to their own children, okay, what they have done, and it is such a huge crime, and such a huge crime against nature and humanity and everything, that when children are born out of that lineage, you should understand when an ancestor passed down, his semens and stuff, he passed down consciousness, so even his deeds, his despiteful, horrific deeds, is passed down to the lineage. So these children who come out, they will carry the burden, so they need to fix it. And some of them, their life is not the best. They have misfortune, destiny, okay? And because of that, they need help. They need spiritual help. And you have people who are very, good spiritual practitioners. They can fix something for you because we are creators. They can fix something of voodoo that can assist you at this and this and this and this, okay? And because that is what it requires and is helpful for you at that moment, okay? But still, these people with the self-made voodoos are misfortunate people, okay? They came with misfortunes, and that is why certain things are man-made, handmade for them, especially to help them through their journey. Until they come to a point, certain things in their lineage is fixed, has been elaborated, and at one point of time, you don't need certain tools, spiritual tools. You just do them away. I did it too. I had spiritual tools in the house. It served me for years. and then I feel, hey, it has no more use, so I throw stuff away. I don't even give it away, I throw it away. And this is why, certain food use is also very personal stuff, and it will never work in your favor because it's not designed for you. It's designed for that person and his misfortunate destiny, okay? To make their life easy and better, okay? So that's my point, is to say, like, it doesn't even matter. We all come with our destiny, and there is no family who has clean hands. No, none of them. We came out of them, and when we came out of them, it becomes our responsibility to fix it, and it's not a pleasant thing, because in some in some occasions it comes with a huge sacrifice. Certain good things will not come to you in this life. It will not, as a result, because your ancestors did this and this and this. The good things will not come to you. Things will not work for you. You are here, it is true, but you're also in a survival modus. You're surviving, and you're trying to make the best out of it. Certain people cannot have a wife. Relationship does not work. They cannot have children. Certain things, it just doesn't, those good fortunes will not come to them. Okay? Because of their misfortunes in their lineage. So when you came out of a certain lineage, it's your responsibility, duty to fix and elaborate what's going on in your lineage, to create balance in your family system, okay? And that is why I feel you should be very careful when you decide to initiate yourself into foreign ancestral stuff. Okay, be careful, because I kind of feel at some point you're doing them a favor. You might take their burdens, for them to be saved from what they created. Okay, and you, as a foreigner, you will carry the burden, the package, the luggage, to free their system. Okay, know yourself. Certain things I didn't understand either, and also know one thing. Um, Society is changing. People are getting smarter and smarter. The Europeans also went to Africa till this day to learn, and I'm also learning from Africans till this day. Okay, and everything takes time. The Europeans went there, they learn from the Africans, they take the knowledge, and then they elaborate in their own style. Okay, and that's how you get different type of spiritual movements or streaming or traditions or practitioners. Okay, practices. Okay, which might work very well for you, with no string attached and no nothing. Okay, so um, you make your own choice. What do you want to do, and how you want to do it? Whatever you do, make sure that it benefits you. It's in your own benefit. Okay, if you decide, okay, I'm getting initiated into this whatever system, matriarchy or whatever system, make sure that it benefits you and that you get good benefit out of it. If it starts to leech you and you're in loss, well, you already know that you're in loss, and somebody else benefiting from you. So and as a woman, I would say, I'm so happy that I got to learn, from the African teachers online, of course, because that's where I meet them, about womanhood, about woman is a womb, the consciousness, the universe, the universe, okay, all kind of things. And everything they say is true, because here in the Netherlands we know heal the motherline. Heal the motherline. You can even be initiated into something, the womb, or I don't even remember. It is something, or the divine womb, whatever. Well, be careful, as I said, but there's a lot of possibilities, and there is a lot of knowledge coming out in the open, and eventually everything will be fine. So before you decide to get yourself involved, initiated anything, please know yourself very, very well. Know yourself very, very well. Because if you don't know yourself, you don't know your powers, you're going to seek for, external validation, and that's where you put yourself in a whole lot of problems, okay? And the other person, at the end, they know damn well what they're doing. They know who they are, they know what they're lacking, they know what they're seeking for, and they know what sacrifice they're looking for, okay? To save their own system, family system, lineage, tribe, whatever the hell, whatever they do, I don't know what they do. Just be careful out there. So at this point, where am I at this point when it comes to African traditional and teachings? I'm taking a step back, and I'm just observing, and because I don't want to, at this moment, I don't want to touch anything full and corrupt. Well, let me just say, I don't want to touch nothing that doesn't, there is no energetic match that might be harmful to me, okay? I tried certain things, I experienced certain things. It was an experience, I learned from it, and I see things a bit different now, okay? So be careful out there. Bye bye.